welcome to the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. This is episode 55. That is 55. This is season 3. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. If you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe below. My name is Oliver Gordon. I rep that 88 over everything. That's every single thing, every single week, every single day.
So many things.
And that's what it is. I'm also here with...
It's your boy Costco K. Sheezy the Don Weezy. We love Costco.
Hey.
We love the travel discounts. We love the bulk.
We're here with Costco K. We're also here with...
That full days.
Oh, what the fuck? E-Man's here?
E-Man.
E-Man.
Make some noise for E-Man, everybody. E-Man, where have you been, dude?
Yeah, I've been busy, man. I've been doing my thing, talking about, taking care of the home situation.
Man, don't be acting like that's what you've been doing.
How is adulthood for you, man?
Oh man, it's lovely, bro. Being an adult is on another level. I can't even explain it.
So, how's your daughter, man?
Oh, she's good, bro.
You took a couple weeks off, so how's it been?
Took a sabbatical.
She got a little sick, and I don't know. I just felt like it was right for me to just be home, taking care of the kids and all that stuff.
She's good. She's good now, right?
She's completely good. Like, it's fine. Thank you.
Cool.
But yeah,
Cool.
she's good. She's good.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Kashawn, when does this motherfucking podcast start?
Looks like this podcast starts right about now.
Hey, I have a question for you guys, and I'm glad that we got E-Man here for this, because it's a hip-hop question, and I feel like we haven't really touched on too much hip-hop in the past couple weeks. I'm not sure, man. I think something might happen, but we hope to see you back next week. Okay. So this is a hip-hop question, and I'm going to try to phrase it in the best way possible. You guys know who Will.i.am is, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we tried to cover this before from the Black Eyed Peas, but this is a direct quote from him. He said, "The problem with hip-hop is everybody could do it. It doesn't take much fucking skill right now to make hip-hop. It's become the lowest hanging fruit. It's no longer about Rakim level, Nas level, not the deep metaphorical simile shit." And I just want to get your guys' opinion on it, coming from somebody like Will.i.am.
That's true. I mean, makes sense. But I feel like nowadays it's like we have way more genres than just hip hop. Like
there's a bunch of subgenres within hip hop.
Like, I don't consider that hip hop. It's music, it's art, but there is hip hop, there is pop, there is
But I think he's also talking about pop. Like, I think the subgenre that Will.i.am is talking about is pop music, like popular music. You said it. You asked about Will.i.am specifically, though. Like, you said, how do you feel about this quote coming from Will.i.am? Is there a reason why you're saying that?
Will.i.am, I think, is known for being in the Black Eyed Peas. And
he is known for being in the
right.
He's in the Black Eyed Peas.
I wouldn't say the Black Eyed Peas are known for making
hip-hop music.
Nas level, deep metaphorical simile shit,
Well, his lyrics, I mean...
No, Will.i.am has no
right, but there...
he has no lyrics, dog. Yeah. What lyrics? Where is the love?
Quote
a Nas level lyric from Will.i.am,
Quote
dog.
Any Will.i.am, actually.
What did he say?
What are you talking about?
You don't even know,
that where is
you
that?
don't even know.
I don't know the lyrics, but dude, he has some good shit.
Not Nas level.
He's got some good shit. It does sound like it does sound like grumpy old man shit. Like,
so hold on.
Just hate
right.
Well, Will.i.am aside, do you agree? No, do you agree with what he said though about hip hop being the lowest hanging fruit?
No,
and everybody could do
not
hip-hop?
at all. I think a lot of maybe like the older, I don't want to say older generation, but the generation that came before us.
Why do you keep looking down at the Will.i.am pic?
Because if you guys
just need his inspiration. Will.i.am, give me some.
You guys, look at that, dude. How could you not look?
Will.i.am, I need you on this one, baby.
How could you not look?
We need you, Will.
But
come on, Will.
Yeah, Will's still around. But I do think there's kind of a disconnect between like the generation that came before us and kind of paved the way.
It's definitely changed. I feel like,
and I just don't think they understand it. So they're trying to judge it through their lens, and that's always going to be, different.
But I think Keishon said this once on a previous cast where it's like, you're getting older, and then you see the younger generation. Of course you're going to talk shit, just like our parents talk shit about it. So like the older people were saying, "Oh fuck," because we had that whole like. Okay, nowadays it's like, oh, they're always talking about Xannies, they're always talking about like lean and all that. Back in the day when it was like the West Side Connection, they were talking shit about that, like, oh, it's all about gangs and all about violence.
And the older people were like, yo, this is fucked up. Like, why? Look at these young motherfuckers doing this crazy shit. It just makes me think, like, were people actually saying that wasn't rap? Like, do you think no, but that's all. No, well, this is all. But back then that was first generation hip hop, right?
I don't think it was. Well,
it was
first
like
generation?
okay, if you're really talking about first generation hip hop, you're talking about like Sugar Hill Gang and shit like that. But like,
here is not a test.
At least for the West Coast, that was first generation hip hop. But you still had older people.
The other dude.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. You still had older people. You still had older people talking shit about hip hop.
Yeah.
Like when all the gangster rap shit came out, you still had older people talking shit about it. And now I feel like you're gonna hate on the people that came up off Nas and Tupac and Biggie and all that shit. They're not gonna look at hip hop now and be like, yo, this is my shit, because you grew up on a different era, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dude, hip hop is a young man's sport.
So let me ask you guys a question then. Do you think hip hop should be more centered around the lyrical, metaphorical?
Yeah, I feel like we should probably come up with some like good like genre, like subgenre titles.
Okay.
And start categorizing. You know, like
What do you mean?
Like these new rappers, you know, like the auto tune should be in its own little category. I feel like any song that has rap and auto tune should just be one genre.
There's a lot of songs that have auto tune that you may not know about.
No, but I'm saying like rap.
Saying.
I'm saying like rap. You know, like rap in hip hop, or at least.
I don't know, man. It just feels like, dude. Nowadays, like there is a certain genre within hip hop for everybody. Like if you're into that backpack rap type shit, the fucking boom bap, fucking, you know, that lyric, you can find that. You can find the fucking simple, slow hip hop shit. Like
we still have.
You can find something.
We still have the lyrics.
You can find something. There's something for everybody. So honestly, dude, I don't want to be that bitter 30-year-old dude that's talking shit about fucking hip hop now. I just think that's annoying, man. And I feel like when you have older hip hop heads that have already been in the industry and they're talking shit about it, I'm like, dude, you're fucking old, man. Like, I'm not to say that not to say that like your opinion's not, just like let people be, like let them make the music that they want. I don't know. There's something for everybody. Fucking let it go, man. That's what I think. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's a lot of new shit too that I'm like, yo, this shit's kind of cool, man.
It's like time and place type shit too. It's like you want to listen to some lyrical shit, some grimy shit, like you know, you're doing something, right? And you want to listen to some party music. Well, you know, there's that stuff too. Like,
wait, so now that we're on the subject of hip hop, right? And you know, we've talked about it plenty of times who we like in the industry, but who do you fucking dislike in the industry? New rappers, new hip hop. Who do you not like?
I don't like.
And dude, I know y'all trying to be cool and like, hey, you know, I respect everybody, but say who you fucking hate in the hip hop industry.
I don't hate anybody. Music that I wouldn't.
Just say who you wouldn't like.
Yeah, music that I wouldn't.
Y'all
listen
know
to.
what the fuck I mean. Y'all know me for like fucking 30 years, man.
Also, you can't like. You can really like hate someone. You don't even know that person. Like,
don't bring the devil into this.
No, listen. I used to say I hated Lil Yachty, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
And I actually saw a couple interviews. I mean, I don't like his music, but I saw a couple interviews, and I like how he carries. I like how he carries himself. Like he seems intelligent. Why can't he put that into music? You know, like I don't know, but. At the same time, it's like his style is the party. His style is to carefree, like,
and that's what he likes.
And it's like, yo, if he's building his clout like that, then let him be.
So let's be
like, I was guilty, yo. I was the shit talker. You know, I was always like, oh, like my little cousin would be bumping Lil Yachty. What are you listening to? Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, I saw a couple of interviews, and I was just like, nah, you know, like, fuck. It kind of made me want to eat my words, you know. Like,
well, let's be politically correct and just let's keep it just in the music. Who do you not like?
That's another thing. So okay, Kodak Black, right?
Yeah.
I said I didn't, and then one of my friends,
I was about to say Kodak Black. I don't like Kodak Black.
One of my friends showed me a couple of songs, and I was like, wow, this shit's fire. Like his new shit's trash, whatever. And I hate the fact that he's like trying to say he's like Tupac or like he's better than Biggie or better than Tupac. I'm like, bro, come on,
man,
slow down, relax.
It's because you don't have no love for like the old.
But yeah, exactly. But like I said, like I heard a couple good songs, and I was like, yo. Shit, maybe this. I mean, they're up there for a reason, you know. They're up there making money and making bank for a reason, you know. People are feeling their shit, so there are gonna be haters. There are gonna be people that are like, they're embarrassing the fucking hip hop community or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, they're making their money, dog. And I mean, people are always gonna hate.
Yeah. What about you, man? And I say this to say, like, the people that you don't like, it represents the kind of music that you dislike. So who is an artist that you're just not fond of that is riding a big wave right now?
And Uzi Vert, dog. I gotta say Uzi, dog. I really don't like him at all. I've never seen interviews on him, but I don't know. I just feel like if I ever met him, slap him in the face.
Yo, man, come on, man. Hate? Hate? Let's not talk about hate, bro. I'll slap him in the face,
I'll slap him in the face. No,
go ahead.
I'm playing Uzi. I know you watched this.
E-Man was anxious to get back on this podcast.
He said,
"You had a lot of shit to say, man."
A little bit.
Yo, go ahead.
Okay, I'll shut up now. No, you guys can talk.
It's all good.
Go ahead.
I would say Lil Yachty. Just because I find no value in that music, so it's not something that I like. Nothing against Lil Yachty, like Iman was saying. I think outside of music, he carries himself like a smart, intelligent person, but his music just doesn't carry over. I could never like run and put on Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Like just imagine that for a second. Like, all right, man, put on that Yachty.
To me, Kodak,
shit's getting lit.
Kodak Black. I would say Lil Yachty too, and I would say all y'all shit. Uzi Vert, dude, y'all seen the freestyle where Uzi Vert was like, he's trying to freestyle? That was funny, man. That's funny.
Cool though.
Like, I know, like, not everyone can freestyle, and I think it's not fair to like make everybody freestyle.
To make fun of people that can't freestyle.
Oh, you can't freestyle? You whack.
That's what you're doing right now.
Track. Nah.
But yeah. So that's my shit.
So do you guys think though, now that we're on the hip hop question, do you think that you need to pay homage to maybe the MCs or the people that pave the way in front of you?
I feel like paying homage and respecting, do you guys feel like it's the same thing?
No. Okay, so
no, just a question. Do you feel like it's the same thing, to pay homage and to respect?
Nah.
So I feel like you should respect, I don't necessarily feel like they should pay homage.
That's a good gateway, man. I
feel like they should respect, like, hey man, they're on their hustle, they're on the grind.
Yeah, you don't have to like somebody's fucking music, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have to but you have to also respect them because they were the people that paved the way for you, you know what I mean? Like, this is the beginning of hip hop. You have to fucking respect them and respect their hustle and respect the shit that they did. You don't necessarily have to like their music, right? Like, especially the people coming in the game right now, it's so different from what that type of music was. It's so different from it. Like, how they, how do you expect them to like this music? This happened like fucking 20 something years ago. They're not supposed to fucking be required to like that music. So, but they do.
Do you
need
feel
to
like they
respect
should
it.
know who those people were though?
Why? It's something that you like to do. Just do it. Just respect and be like, cool. All right, they did this. Cool. Don't diss them. Fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you feel like they have to know them though. Like,
I don't know, man. People need to do whatever the fuck they want, man. Not everyone needs to be a hip hop historian, dude. You know what I mean? All right. But just respect the people that fucking were at the beginning.
I hate to jump to something else, but what is a hip hop historian? Like, how do you know?
No, hold on. I'll tell you. I watch VH1 behind the fucking music, and a lot of times it says hip hop historian. Like when they interview the people,
like
it says
an actual title.
I just want to know,
like the journalists that have studied hip hop. It says hip hop historian on the shit. You don't watch behind the music.
I've just heard hip hop historian, and I want to know what is your guys' opinion on a hip hop?
It's not an opinion. That's what they are. They just fucking. It's people that have studied, and like all the people that worked at like back in the day, Vibe magazine and fucking The Source. All the people that have studied.
They're considered historians.
I think they're hip hop historians. That's what they're called.
I mean,
they're journalists that have studied hip hop and they've been in the game for a long time. Sway, historian.
He's a historian.
Oh, he's a historian.
Sway, he's got the answers.
Dog, come on. Sway got all the answers. Even though Kanye said he ain't got the answers, he got the answers, dude.
MTV News and shit.
Yeah, man.
That was back in the day, bro. They stopped doing that, huh?
I think they did.
Damn.
Comment down below if you think Sway's a historian.
He's a historian.
I don't necessarily think that you have to pay homage to artists that came before you. And I say that because there can be such a big disconnect from like the creators of hip hop and then people that are coming up, let's say right now, this moment, who just aren't looking to that like, oh, that's what I'm trying to do, right? They're like, I'm trying to do this. It has nothing to do with that. I think respect. I don't think it should be required for you to go back and like do your homework. I think it'll help you. It'll help you if you do your homework, but I don't think it's like a required like.
It'll help you big time during interviews and stuff to not look like an idiot. I feel like.
Damn. That's true though. You can still get some game.
Well, I mean, a lot of these youngsters, it's like they lost clout, right? They lost like fans and shit for saying stupid shit like that, like.
What stupid shit like
who was
what?
it? Like
Lil Xan said something about
that
Tupac.
dude, Lil Xan. Yeah, when he was like, "Oh, his music's boring." When everybody,
But then
fucking just like, fuck this guy. Like, no, like, dude, that kind of ruined his career.
Not
dude.
at all.
Like,
But then, not at all. His views went up. His streams went up. All that is.
He actually got more clout.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Gotta watch
Sorry.
out for the mic.
No,
man.
I'm sorry about that.
Nah, I heard
professional.
different, but I don't know.
You heard different?
I heard, I heard that.
What do you mean you heard different? His streams went up.
He done
His views went up.
called me and he was like, "Yo, E-Man."
Yo, E-Man.
Xan doesn't call you.
They gonna say some shit.
Xan doesn't call
He calls
you.
me all the time, bro.
Xan doesn't
He was
call
at that
me.
quinceañera I was with, like.
Xan doesn't go to quinceañeras. Xan doesn't go to
called
quinceañeras.
me
We all
for
knew that, dude. Come on, dude. Don't be stupid.
Hey, that's the fucking Lab Boys podcast. Appreciate you guys so much for checking us out. E-Man, I think we're actually gonna jump to you for that.
Oh,
Hey,
I feel like you got something just in the
No, I
top
feel like
way.
he's been having shit on the chamber, dude. Come on, let it go, dude. Let it go. Buh, buh, buh.
Like the bar is gonna be up here, and we'll be like down here.
What are you talking about?
I want to talk about bar fights.
Bar
The
fights?
bar's gonna be right here. I want to talk about bar fights.
What? No. What's the craziest bar fight you guys ever been in? Or like, have you guys ever been in a bar fight?
Yeah.
No, not really. The craziest like bar fight that I've seen happen.
No, you weren't involved though.
No.
In any ever?
No.
How about
No.
fights?
No, dude, let him tell the story, man. What the fuck?
Okay, tell the story, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't remember too much about it. I'm not gonna put the person on blast, but I
Put him on blast. Fool.
I won't. But I definitely saw him just get like one hit, and that was it. And I was like, oh man, this is a bad night, dude.
You saw him get hit once, or he hit?
Yeah, hit, and that was it. Yeah, one hit once, and that
He
was
got hit?
Yeah, once, and that
You
was
talking about
done.
the time I got knocked out?
No.
I just put my shit on blast.
No, man. But yeah, I won't put that person on blast. But
Who
yeah.
was it?
I'm not gonna.
Say it, what the
We
first
can totally
letter?
talk about it off camera.
First letter.
We'll talk about it off camera.
All right.
Damn.
You
No,
know,
but
what about
what
you?
happened though? What?
If I say too much more, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Alright.
But yeah, I definitely saw someone just get one hit KO.
Hey, man,
and
go
that
ahead,
was-
man.
That was sad, man.
I haven't been in. I've heard about actually you guys.
This is your topic,
I
man.
know, but I want to know.
What the fuck?
Shit, bro, I haven't been in a bar fight. Like,
All right, man.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But I want to hear. Yeah, because
I have a
remember
couple,
that
man.
one. 'Cause
No, I
remember
already
hearing
told
about
that one. That the guy laid me out quick.
No, not that one.
But there's another one where. Nah, this is funny, man. This is funny. There's a couple, man. There's this fucking big breakout. Like, this is when I was in San Diego, right? This was when I was in San Diego.
That's why I asked the question. This was got the party.
No, this was in San Diego, and there was a bunch of fucking people that went out to the street, and there was a bunch of people fighting. Like, there was a bunch of people talking shit.
Damn.
One group here, one group. I gotta stand up. One group here, one group here, right? And they were like, yeah, and they were just like, the other guys were across the street, right? I was like, oh shit, and I was with my girlfriend. I was like, dude, this is about to be a breakout fight, dude. So I went to one of the groups, right? I had nothing to do with this fight, right? They were talking shit across the street, so I went up and I went to the guy I didn't know. I was like, what's going on, man? He was like, yo, these guys talking shit. I'm like, they're talking shit? So I was like, what's up, dude? And then it got into a big fight, right? I pushed one dude. Like, after that all meshed together, I pushed one guy, and then he turned around, he looked at me, and I was like, I had nothing to do with this, man. I got nothing to do with this. And then he was like, he didn't know what to do. He looked at me, he's like,
should I believe this one?
and I was like, dude, I got nothing to do with this. But he was like, didn't you just push me? Like,
yeah.
But I was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to be funny, man. That's one. I got hella stories, but yeah, that's my bar fight. You ain't say nothing about no fights.
Cause I don't remember any bar fights, bro. I just remember the one that I don't know why. Like when you guys told me the story about the bar
You
fight,
got with the belts?
it engraved in my head.
When the Mexican dudes pulled out the belts?
Yeah, and who laid them out? Someone laid them out, dog. That you were like, yeah.
No, that wasn't the one that they got laid up.
Homie Nick, bro. Sorry, I'm gonna name drop, but Nick, when he wailed on that dude on the ground, that you were talking to me about it, that you were like, yo, I didn't know Nick had it in him.
When
like,
they dumped?
Boom, yeah, when he dumped on that fool. Like,
no, that's
I just remember him telling me the story, and I was like, damn. Like,
in the parking garage?
No, it was at a bar, bro. It was at Rosie's, I think. It was after
Damn, back when Rosie's was a turn up?
Yeah, Rosie's was back in the day. That shit was
That was right when we got out of
days.
Rosie's, but
Those are really bad days.
I mean, you just name drop people like that, dude.
And dates and like specific places.
Yeah, we're at Rosie's, December 16, 1997.
Yo, 98, bro.
You snitching.
All right, man. No.
You're snitching, man. Hey, there's something that I want to talk to you guys about, and I hope you're ready to have the conversation. But actually, I'm gonna start with you, man, because I feel like you could do really good at this.
What's up?
I want you to explain to me what a work.
Oh, well, thank you.
No, I want you to explain to me what a work wife or husband is.
A work wife or husband?
Is.
What is that?
Why did you look at me and say, hey, I think you can do
Because
this?
he's saying, what is that?
No, like, what do you mean by that? Like, you mean the husband or the
So
wife
what
that
he's saying?
works, not
What
the
he's
stay-at-home
saying?
one?
I'm just asking what you
Okay, he's saying that
for our audience that doesn't know what that
the
is.
type of chick or dude that you go to work, right? And you see the same person every day, and you're kind of attracted to him, and
your work
and
flame.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
so you know what it is.
Well, now I know that you've been explaining what it is.
So you have one of those?
No, I don't have one of those.
Okay, but you knew what it was.
Yeah, well, because you explained what it was.
Okay, yeah.
For our viewers that don't know, though.
No, so yeah, it's just like that's what E-Man said. It's that work flame. This person you see all the time. You're starting to get cozy with them, you see them all the time. You get comfortable with them. You have this attraction with them, and you kind of hide behind, oh well, they're just my coworker, But lo and behold, there's more there, right? That's what you talk about.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what people thought about that. E-Man, what do you think?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's nice. I haven't had something like that.
Wait, hold on.
What I have had
Yeah,
was
what I
people
have
that
had.
thought that I had a work fling, you know what I mean? Like, at work. And it's like, nah, dude, like, I don't know, dude. Once you get to, like, once I get comfortable with someone, I start just being, like, just myself,
Ladies man.
No,
Yeah, ladies man.
no, stop.
Dude, once I get comfortable.
No, once I start like cracking jokes, I start trying to be funny and this and that,
Yeah.
And I've had that.
This and that,
I've had people
jokes.
tell me that, like, oh, like, what's up with you? And then I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I act the same.
I hate when
everybody.
people do that shit though.
And then like, there's been times where it's like literally like, older person, like a way older person, and they're like, yo, what's up with you? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, relax.
What the
I'm
fuck,
just
though?
being nice though, like. I don't know.
All right, so hold on.
I've had it happen where people thought, but
Right.
nah, never.
But you
actually.
asked the question. No, hold on.
I wanted to.
You asked the question. Do you have a
Work wife?
wife?
No.
Do you have a
That's
work?
such a weird term.
Do you
though,
have a
wife
Do you have a
or
work
husband.
interest?
No.
You don't have an interest at all.
I don't.
I just want to know. Well, you asked the question, so I thought maybe you. Do.
I just
don't know.
wanted to know if amongst like most people that they knew what a work wife or husband was.
I didn't know what that
I also think people find comfort in that, right? Because it's like your excuse. I feel like a lot of people are in relationships, right? And they don't get the chance to be around the opposite sex,
Damn.
right? They after work they go and they be with their partner. So the only excuse they have to be around people they might find attractive or some kind
I
of
feel
affection.
Like that's someone that isn't happy with the person that they're with.
So I got a question for you guys.
They
then.
could be happy, but
I don't feel like they're happy.
So I got a question.
They can't be happy if they have a work fling, dog. That's like
Really?
Saying, that's like
Really?
That's like taking it back to the days where you're like, oh,
no.
Dog.
if you cheat on her, then
No, this is okay.
You
This
still
is
love her,
this
but
is
you
what
cheated on her.
This is
It's
what
like,
I find.
nah,
Hold
if
on.
you love someone, you don't cheat.
This is
like,
we're not
okay.
saying, dog. Come on,
Superman
man.
over here.
Dude, we're not. Okay, this is what I find to be bullshit.
What do
You
you-
cannot tell me that you just because you're in a relationship, you do not find anybody else attractive, and you do not like the company. Like, you cannot tell me that you don't find anybody attractive because you're in a relationship. The people that I'm not saying at work now, but I'm saying, do you never find anybody else attractive because you're in a relationship?
I don't know. Like
I'm not telling you to cheat.
no. But I don't know what you mean. Like, I mean, you can admire someone's beauty, yeah. You know, you'd be like, oh, they're good looking, like. But
Do you
there's
never
a-
enjoy
there's a
the company
difference.
of anybody because you're in a relationship?
I don't think about it like that.
I'm asking you. Now I'm asking you to
to.
think about it. Do you ever? And doesn't have to be a relationship wise. I'm saying, do you like to be around? Or do you not dislike being around other women because you're in a relationship?
I don't dislike it. I don't like it anymore. It just is. I feel like it
caught him off guard.
No, it just is, bro. Like okay, you go to work, no matter what. Like when I go to work, I'm just. Fuck, I want that.
I'm just out there for that paycheck, baby. I'm just chasing that money. Chasing them hundos. That's Mendo.
That and also you just want the clock to tick.
Nah, I feel
you just.
All right, no, I feel.
If you get into, but I've never seen.
I feel you. I was just playing devil's advocate. I believe what you're saying.
I would advocate.
So I got a question for you guys then. Let's say you're working with somebody, you have worked with someone, and technically people may think or whatever that's like your friend at work, right? Mm-hmm. If they no longer work at the same place or you no longer work there, can you still hang out with them?
Nah.
Are you saying if you're in a relationship or?
Yeah, if you're in a relationship.
Nah, that's wrong, bro. That's wrong.
No.
That's just like.
Why would you? First of all,
I'm just asking.
Why would you hang out with him in the first place?
Like, what's the point? You're trying to get to know them better. You're already in a relationship.
But let's say that. No, hold on. Here, let me throw one. No, hold on. Let me throw.
I don't feel like you.
Let me throw the 180.
You can throw the 180. Hold on. But I don't feel like friends.
No,
like,
let's say you guys have worked for a long time through the hard times at work.
Oh, no.
Through the hard times, you guys have developed a bond, right? And it's not because you were trying to develop a bond, but dude, when you're working towards something, sometimes you just get close to people. You can't help it.
Okay, and it's like
so. Hold on. Krishan is talking.
Keep talking.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to sound weird. But you guys became friends. It wasn't planned.
Right.
Is it still off the table to fucking hang out with them? Is it not acceptable?
I mean, it depends on the setting.
And it depends if you're bringing your significant other along.
What? Hold on.
Like, okay, if you want to go hang out with them. You're like, yo.
So that your significant other has to be there?
No, dude. If you really,
no, you bring your girl,
you bring your girl, and you're like, hey, like,
you bring your dude.
You introduce them, like, hey, like, come on, man. Check this person out, like.
You bring your partner. I'll bring my partner.
Hey. And then she's like, I don't have a partner. But you're not invited. Woo!
There's always gonna be one of you in like one person in a relationship that's not gonna like it.
Doug, okay. Let's say you just got close to somebody. Is it unacceptable to hang out with the opposite sex because you're in a relationship?
You got close to that person. Period. There's something that could happen. Something might happen.
Damn.
Honestly, you're getting close.
I just feel like
that's men.
Like as superhero as you sound, right? As Superman as you sound, you are saying that you cannot be friends with the opposite sex just because they are the opposite sex.
No,
I think that's wrong, dog.
Or just because the person that I'm with might not like it. And I want to avoid fucking conflict. I want to avoid stress.
I'm not saying to lie about it.
I'm not going to be like, oh, I got close to this. I really need to hang out with this person.
No, okay.
Like, come on.
Why are you making it sound like an
urge? That's what it sounds like.
Okay, hold on.
You're like, oh, is it wrong to hang out with this person? It's like, it is.
We haven't. Okay, I don't think it's wrong. We haven't heard from all for like this whole time. Man, you've been answering every question deep.
Damn, my bad.
Oh, what you think, man?
I think in the right setting, it could be fine. And like, it's like kind of Eman was saying, like, yeah, and it's like, oh, we're gonna catch up, or they're gonna bring their partner, and it's like, okay, if you guys have a real friendship,
you're really digging this person, right? You guys got close.
Whoa,
like, it's like what you're saying. I mean, digging, like, it's
like digging with shovels.
No, like,
not Eman. Yeah, you ladies, man.
Like a friend. Yeah, bro.
Player. Woo.
Digging hole.
Then.
You're right. And then, okay, so does that person also have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or is it like she's single?
She's single.
Damn, that makes a difference.
That's what's
dog. So you have to assume that she likes you or she's into you because she's single. No, like, how shallow can you get?
I think her being single is like.
I feel like if you guys really got close and she does have someone, then fucking go on a double date, yo. Like,
dog. But I feel
like that's what's
what I think the problem with your opinion is you can't be friends with somebody just because they are the opposite sex. I'm saying be honest about it. Tell your girl that. Hey, and it's not even like you have to just hang out with the person. Well, you can bring your girl too. But I'm saying, but you're saying that you can't have any type of friendship with the person.
There is gonna be jealousy, bro.
Like, yes, but that's how you have to nip that in the bud, dude. Like. Nip.
No, bro.
Dog, you have to.
Have you been in that situation?
Yes.
You've been in that situation.
Been in this situation, but I'm honest. You gotta be honest. No, not that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking not the work life shit, but just like having a friendship. You have to just be honest about it, and Like, dude,
I don't know. I always feel like you say one, not you, but like in general, like you say one thing, but like you definitely feel another. Like,
damn.
like you can say like, oh.
What do you mean, not you? You just pointed.
No, I'm saying in general. Like,
Hey, Sean, why don't you press that button for us?
All right, man.
No, I do think that. So you're saying that kind of like people will hold back how they actually feel and like say it other ways, like, oh, we're just
like,
friends.
Yeah, like I could completely see, like, not to diss you or anything, but I can completely see Kayshawn like falling in love with someone.
Yeah, not to diss this guy.
Not to diss this guy, but he's a bitch.
But
yo,
to hang out with that person,
Sean,
and then it's like there's like a secret agenda, like,
oh shit,
you know, like it
No,
starts
hell
building
no.
up. I just feel that way, like,
Nah, man.
I would definitely be fucking jealous if my girl was like, hey, you know, like I met this guy and he's really cool. I'm gonna fucking go with him then. You know? But that's just jealousy talk.
Vanessa hangs out.
E-man's swinging, dude.
Vanessa has friends that are dudes that I'm. Okay, go ahead. That's, you know.
But then again, you also brought up that one scenario.
Synopsis.
The scenario where it's like you got jealous, right?
About
there
what?
was a time you got jealous because
if you gonna say some bullshit, you better say the story.
You approached.
Oh no. That was on some other shit.
That's what I'm
don't
saying
ever do
though.
that.
What if she came up to you and was like, "Oh, he's just a really good friend." Like,
damn.
you know,
But I know what's real and what's not.
But you think you know because you really don't.
No, I
you
know.
think you know. You have an assumption.
No, I know.
Nah, come on, man. Relax, fucking psychic. Miss Cleo.
Oh, okay.
Hey, and that's how you start the discussion on work wives and work husbands. Comment down below how crazy shit gets when you bring it up around your friends. Krishan, why didn't you serve us up with something, man?
Dude, hey,
I knew that was gonna be dope, dude. I knew that was gonna be
Now that
good,
we're
man.
on, now that we're all
here,
the
man.
subject of now that we're on the subject of relationships, right?
my boys.
Right.
Why is the norm
Uh-oh.
to stay away from your ex? Why is it normal to? And you know better than anyone. You stay away from all your exes.
Because where there was flames, because where there was flames, ashes remain, dog. And that fire can start.
Did you
up.
just come up with that?
No, that's a saying in Spanish. But I just translated it.
E-man's bodying this time.
Dude, E-Man is dude.
Come on.
Dude, don't let E-Man do no shit before the podcast because he's gonna come hitting, son.
He's just like, yeah, I got a quote for that.
Yeah, I got a
No, I'm just saying, dude. Like,
I got a rhyme. I got a bar.
yeah, dude. That's just not. I don't know.
Why? Yeah.
Because there's that possibility.
But tell me why. Don't just rhyme.
You think
tell
it
me
shouldn't?
why.
You think it shouldn't be the norm?
I think. Well, personally, I think it's cool when. And it's not really me, but
you would be down.
No. Hold on. I'm saying like when people say like, oh, I'm like sometimes single people are like, oh, I'm cool with all my fucking exes. I got good relationships
that's
with all my
different.
exes.
Okay,
right.
No, check it. That's different. Single people. That's different, bro. That,
So are you supposed to hate your exes because you're in a
No, you're not
relationship?
supposed to hate your exes.
I'm not saying this.
But you're supposed to keep your distance because.
Okay, that makes
you know
sense.
what I mean?
But I'm just asking, why is the societal norm to stay away from your exes when you get out of a relationship?
Because
why
that
is
other
it to
person,
not
because
ever
that
talk
other
to that
person
person?
that you're with is not really gonna like you.
No, we're not talking about
Yes.
in a relationship. I'm talking about right when you get out of the relationship. Why is the first thing to run the furthest away from that?
Right
person?
when you get out of a relationship?
Yeah. Why?
Probably because there's a reason you got out of the
Do
relationship.
you find it that okay? So say
And I'm not saying one thing or the other.
so
I'm
you
just
get out of a
asking the question.
relationship, but then you run to your ex.
Ooh, just bounce and
And
just
then
double
after
back.
after that, you run to that other ex.
But are you just like,
No, I'm just saying, like, why
is this just a scenario now?
Yeah, it's a scenario.
Yo, imagine you got like an ex,
Yeah,
and then you like,
got another ex in
okay.
that circle, and then you.
Well, answer this question.
Wait,
have
do you
y'all
wanna-
have y'all ever had an ex and y'all like even months down the road y'all still hook up continuously, and you know what I mean? It's your ex, but y'all still find comfort in just hooking up with each other. Have y'all ever had that?
Yeah.
First of all, answer the question,
Yeah.
and then y'all can talk.
I think it's a normal
Can
thing.
you answer the question?
I think it's a normal thing to hook up with your ex over like some time period. But is that something that's going to last?
That shit
No,
sucks too.
not
though.
at all.
Do you
Because
think
there's
it-
always someone that's not?
So
down, like-
do you think it's wrong to hook
To
up
hook up with your ex?
to hook up with your exes?
Ultimately, yeah.
It depends. I mean, yeah, because someone's gonna catch feelings. Someone's gonna.
I feel like
those feelings
they
come
never
back.
lost feelings. That's why they keep hooking up.
No.
Not both. No, I think
It could-
one
it
of
could
them.
also-
I think one of them has definitely.
I can.
has
I think it
feelings.
could also be
Nah.
like that whole.
You think both of
I
y'all
think
have
that's-
lost feelings for
I
each
think
other,
that's
but
naive to think that
you think it's naive to think that one of y'all,
every single time. What if two people?
for the
just
most
like,
part,
hey,
I think for the most part, if exes are still hooking up, one of them has still had.
Oh, you mean
some
hook
kind of
on a
feelings.
regular basis?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I thought you just
And that
meant.
whole like you're more like fuck, what's the word? Like,
figure it out first.
You're used to it. Like, it's just like you're used to
comfortability.
it. Yeah, that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like you're comfortable with them, and it's like you can do whatever. You feel like you could do whatever. So it's like,
so you've definitely
you
done this
talking
before.
to them for like a day. No, I'm just saying.
You double back. No, I'm saying when you were other relationships.
It's like a sniping that.
E-Man's got it. E-Man's got the fucking scope on him, dude. Got the beam on him, dude.
I mean, I feel like it's okay if you are single and you know, it's fine. But if you have someone and it's like, you can't be doing that.
I just think it's not good because I feel like there's like what always said, there's a reason why you broke up in the first place. So to go back and hook up with your exes, you're reopening that, and even in the slightest way, like even if you have nothing for feelings for them, they probably still do. I think one person
it's
probably
just known
does.
territory. It could just be known territory. Like you're just going back to what you know, or going back to where you feel comfortable. And it's like
that's not a good thing.
It's like
I don't think that's healthy. I don't think it's healthy to just go back to what you know just because you're comfortable. You're supposed to move. There's a reason why you broke up with somebody. You shouldn't go back to that. You shouldn't go back to what you're comfortable from just because it's comfortable.
It also goes back to kind of what you were saying, how like there's no, like, what if there's no other option? Like, or like, you don't want another option. No, like when we were talking about staying in the relationship and you don't have an option to get out. Like that's not an option. You know?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that. Like where it's like you want to go back to that.
You twisted the way I said that though. I didn't say it like that.
No, I know you weren't talking about this. We were talking about how
don't break up.
Yeah, don't break up, right? And it's like if you go back, maybe you're trying to do things better. Maybe you're trying to change. Like it depends on how you go back. If you're just going back because you feel lonely and
so
like, what do you call?
So let me ask you this then. Dude.
Then that is unhealthy.
Is there not like a scale when people break up as far as like, this is how much I don't like this person, and this is how lonely I am, and like if the loneliness creeps above it, because I know people that will hang out that are not together, they were together before, and they legitimately don't like each other,
but they'll still.
But that's all they know.
It's just the level of loneliness is like
because they're so lonely.
Yeah, so you don't think that that's like a viable thing? I don't think, again, long term, that's not a good solution. Don't do that.
I think that's definitely a fact.
I mean, why not?
Damn, E-Man, I don't know where you stand, dude. Where do you stand, dude?
Like
flip flop.
Like E-Man's letting everybody get one, dude.
No, dude, it's like if that's gonna make you feel better, dude, and then that's gonna, I don't know. Like,
I just feel like it's
a
at the
recipe for
expense of
disaster,
something else,
man.
dude, and it's not good. It's
and if they're both down, if you're both down, and
everybody's gonna be both down. It's just not good, though. It's just not healthy. It's not healthy to go back just because you're lonely. They're lonely, like because it might seem mutual, but I just feel like it's always at the expense of something, right? It's always at the expense of something, and somebody ends up not feeling all the way positive.
Sometimes you just feel better like that, though. I feel maybe I'm not saying that experience, but I'm saying like maybe they feel better like that. Like
if I have
today they feel like killing themselves, and then tomorrow
if me and you were in a relationship, and me and you had sex, and it's just because I'm lonely, but you might have feelings for me.
That's where it gets. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what happens.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And that's never gonna happen with us. But I'm saying
like,
the way you looked at him kind of it seemed like it was
being on the same page. Folks.
Exotic.
So it's like I don't know, bro. Because okay, so say in that scenario where it's like, so you want to go back, but you know that the other person's gonna catch feelings, then you should be a better person and be like, hey, you know what? Like,
okay, now you're being Superman again.
How realistic is that?
You're going back between the villain.
How realistic is that, though?
No, I'm just saying. It's like I've had those conversations before with girls. Like, it's like you let them know what's up. And
can we have sex, or are you lonely?
No, and then at the same time, you know what's going on. Like, you know what's going on through your head. But I feel
how lonely are you?
I feel like that's why honesty and all that shit is really important. Like to actually express how you really fucking feel. You know, it's just, I feel like that's 100 right there. And if you do that, then it can't be unhealthy.
John, E-Man looked like a model when he did this shit.
On.
No, he was like,
he looked like he knew it was a lie.
He was like, I feel like honesty is really important.
It really is, though.
Dude, he had this look in his eye. I'm about to take a run at E-Man, dude.
It can definitely be unhealthy, even if it's honest. But comment down below what you guys think.
That's good.
One more question, though, about that, the whole exes thing.
Go ahead,
okay, with the ex, like, do you still care about their feelings?
Honestly, like
yeah, you don't.
It depends on the relationship.
Them, do you still care about them as a person?
I feel like in most cases you do care about their feelings. Like even though I feel like a lot of people might hate their ex, right? Like dude, I fucking want nothing to do with them. But like, dude, if you had the image of them being sad, it's not something that would make you feel good. Unless you're in this angry turmoil shit. But like, I feel like you always still care about. I feel like you still care about their feelings.
No.
Unless you have the fucking worst fucking relationship.
I think, but again, I do think it's important if you just like freshly broke up with someone that you need to set like all those like feelings to the side, right? Like you can care about someone, but at that point, it's not your job or your responsibility to like put their feelings anywhere near yours. And that's the truth of it. So I think a lot of people will do that when they get out of a relationship and like, oh man, like that's okay in the future, but when you just got out, you have to put yourself first.
I feel like you say that like it's just this thing that you can separate, right? And I get it.
It doesn't always work.
No, but I know it's the right thing to do, but at the same time, like it's just not that easy, right? I feel like
but where does
you
it
go
lead,
into
though?
a relationship. I know
if
that.
you don't put those walls in place.
But you can't just turn on and off your feelings, and you can't just turn on and off your emotions. Like you feel it, you feel it.
There are
and
people
if you
like that though.
Oh,
come on!
I'll just say because you said it. I'll just say because you said it.
There are people
I just
like
kidding.
that. It's like they shut it off. Like it's just like yo, autopilot or whatever the fuck. And it's like
I feel like they might act like they shut it off, and they know maybe it's the logical thing to do. But I feel like truly, like deep down, they might not. Like they can act like it, but it's something that they still feel.
right.
You feel me?
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, before we get out of here, E-Man, do you got one more topic for us? 'Cause I know you've been shooting off at the hip.
No,
Dude, no aim.
It's actually
Papa.
It's actually
Western
just a
flicks.
random question for out
Sucker.
of that field out here.
You're not right field.
Michelangelo.
Ah.
If there were, come on, he's got to come back.
He's out, dude. He's out. What's the question?
I want to know if you think Michelangelo would have used chainsaws to do some artwork.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
No.
I feel like he might have.
Dog, why? Okay, hold on. You before this podcast, you just asked, hey, so what was the time period that Michelangelo was he at the same part as Da Vinci? And then now you're just shooting off at the hip about Michelangelo as if we know about Michelangelo.
I was watching a video on chainsaw sculpting and I was like, dude, would Michelangelo use chainsaws to sculpt?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I feel like he would.
No,
I feel like he would think it's disrespectful.
just based on all the books I've read about Michelangelo.
You've read books? The Ninja Turtle or the
Sarcastic.
Actual? Oh, okay.
Are you talking about the Ninja Turtle? Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the Ninja Turtle? Mm-hmm. No, I mean.
Wait, you
No,
said
I'm
Ninja
not. I'm
Turtle.
talking about Michelangelo. The 16 Chapel and shit.
Wait, the Ninja Turtle?
No, dog.
The actual artist.
The actual.
Same time
Nah,
as Da
fuck
Vinci.
that, man. He wouldn't use chainsaws, man. I got another Turtle.
I wanted to know, bro. Like,
I actually have a question for you guys. And before I even bring this question or topic up, I'll preface it by saying none of us really are qualified to have an opinion on something like this, so try not to kill us for it. But I want to know what you guys think about the possibility of Trump being reelected in 2020.
I mean, we still here, and he was here for like 3 years, right?
You know what, dude? There's a very high possibility of presidents getting reelected. I think the only person that hasn't got reelected in the last fucking couple decades is George Bush, right?
No, he got
not
reelected,
George
didn't
W.
he?
Bush.
Oh, the
original George Bush. The original.
OG Bush.
Bush. Not the OG cousin, OG Bush. Dude.
He only get 4 years.
No, OG Bush didn't get that 8, dude. You got that little 4.
Yeah, you went political with this one.
But I'm saying, but it's true.
It's worth bringing up, I think.
But I don't know, man. I think while I don't like Trump, and while we always think that it's not going to happen again, right? George W. Bush, it's not going to happen again. Happened, right?
I didn't think Trump was going to win. Nobody thought Trump was going to win.
And you can pull up a lot of fucking statistics that show that Trump is doing okay, right? I'm not saying what I think, but I'm saying what other people say. I think he does have a possibility again, reelected again. But what does it make y'all think about this nation? What do y'all think about it?
I don't know too much about politics, but from just kind of the outside looking, I do think that he has like a really strong possibility of winning again with the current like candidates that he's up against. I don't think Bernie Sanders can beat him if they go head to head, unfortunately.
From 1 to 100.
How likely is it?
I know how good of a president has he been?
Just speaking like from the way that it looks like he's doing, because again, I don't know how you necessarily measure a president's success and like policies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's doing pretty bad. I would say like 30%.
30%.
Solid 30.
Like I said, dude, people can find statistics to prove whatever narrative they fucking want, and especially in this climate, like fucking look, they might say like, oh, he created more jobs for fucking African Americans. Like you hear that being thrown around a lot.
There's ups and downs. I feel like there is. We're still here,
and and I'm not gonna act like I'm fucking political because I don't really know too much.
Stock market didn't crash.
But I fucking hope that he does not get reelected again. I don't want him to get reelected again. What y'all think?
Isn't it scary though? It's like we already know Trump.
Well, this is our country, man.
Right? We already know what the fuck he's capable of. I guess maybe he's got shit up his sleeve.
Do y'all think your vote matters? That's what I ask.
I think it does.
Do you think?
I feel like it does, and I feel like the biggest mistake that people make is thinking that it doesn't.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the biggest mistake is thinking that it does.
Nah,
I think that it matters.
That's when it fucks everything up.
Right.
Because people start not voting and they start complaining. It's like, well, did you vote?
I just feel like this more practice.
Okay,
I'm not.
Okay, like I heard I think it was a comedian. He was like, yeah, I hear all these people talking about Bernie Sanders and shit. Like, where were you guys when the election was happening? You know, like when people were voting, where the fuck were you guys?
It makes sense. No, it makes sense. I think
it was Joe Rogan who said that shit. Or,
I thought you said Joe Biden.
No,
that was Biden.
Fuck with y'all.
My boy needed to get it. Nah, man, I don't know, man.
I feel like there's a big possibility.
I'm not political, man, but I just don't think that in the end it really matters. But maybe it's a conspiracy theory.
So I will say this, and I'm kind of a hypocrite because I haven't voted too much, but I think there's something to be said about how many people have had to struggle in order to be able to vote.
I feel like, oh my bad.
And like how many places in the world don't have like democratic
the ability to
elections, right? And it's kind of a slap in the face in them to them. Whether you think the vote matters or not, you kind of have to participate in that democracy.
No, yeah. I feel like you still have to do it because it's, what else do we got, right? Like
I feel like
but it is dangerous if you don't know what you're voting for.
Yeah, no, but I feel like you still have to do it because it's the only possibility, right? It's the only possibility, but I just don't feel like in the end.
Emo, what you feel?
Eman's ready.
No, like the biggest.
Wait, opinion. Go ahead, man.
Like
that was a fucking soft laugh. Go ahead, baby.
Like the secrecy, bro. Like I feel like that's what's killing it. I feel like if people knew, if it wasn't so secret, like you're just out, like you just told everyone, like, yeah, I voted for this person, I voted for that person. Like you would know if our vote mattered or not. I feel like the secrecy.
Why does that? What the fuck?
When you say secrecy, what do you mean?
Like that people don't talk about that. Like,
so why?
Because there's been a lot of like, oh, I don't like to share my politics, like who I vote for, or my party, or whatever the fuck. I feel like if people were to talk more and let it be known, like, yeah, I'm voting for this person, then you would know, like, what the fuck, like this whole place voted for this person, or this whole place would have happened. Mm-hmm. Like take it to just a classroom, right? And it's like everybody votes anonymously. No one tells anybody who voted, and then the teacher just picks whoever the fuck she wants because no one knows who voted for who. But then if in that same classroom people knew who voted for who, then the teacher can't pick just whoever. She has to pick who the people voted for.
So you're saying if people talked about who they were voting for,
then we would know if they were rigged or not. Is what I'm trying to say. Like,
gotcha. That's a tough one. That's a tough sell, man. I gotta say.
I don't know. What are the upsides of the secrecy, of it being a secret?
So you don't get your ass kicked for your
but see, political belief. That's another thing.
You know how many people lied about who they voted for because they don't want to get their ass kicked? I'm in the wrong part of the hood, dude. I ain't gonna say that shit.
I feel like as a society we need to change that.
Yeah, we do need to change ass kickings.
Dude, ass kickings are up by 70% this year, dude.
I feel like in that form, it's
political ass kickings.
I feel like in that form we're like a society of third graders, you know?
Trump ass kickings.
These elections are fucking.
Oh, you voted for him? Oh, I'm gonna fucking suck.
These elections
fucking
are safe and secure, man.
Who'd you vote for, dog? Who'd you vote for, dog?
Yo, for the sake of the democracy, dude. Who'd you vote for?
Yo, what are you? You a Democrat?
Yo,
you a Democrat?
We need to know if it's rigged or not, man. Shut up, take
I gotta know, boy. I
feel like they should do
that. Imagine a playground every day, dude. It's like, dude, I can't go out, dude.
I feel like they should do that for just one election.
That sounds crazy.
Out in the open, public. Like
it's just required for people to fucking say it, dude.
Like there's a big ass crowd, there's a big ass screen.
You don't think
hit the button and it's like.
You don't think that less people will vote then? if they're gonna risk having their beliefs put
That's so
in the
bad,
public.
bro. Like,
Do you remember
I feel
the
like we
Dave?
just
Do you remember the
changed that.
Dave
Just
Chappelle
run up
skit?
to people who do that shit.
Do you remember the Dave Chappelle skit? When
Who are you beating up?
People that do what you guys were saying, like fucking.
What you were saying.
Treat their fucking political party like a gang and shit. Like, oh yeah, what's
It
that
is
you
a gang.
doing? Trump, motherfucker. Like, nah, that's fucking bullshit. Like, oh, you voted for that person? I'm gonna fucking fuck you up. Like,
That shit happens and it's
that's
real.
fucking childish, bro. That's like.
It is,
happens.
but
but
this
it
is
happens,
the world,
so.
bro. This is not a perfect world.
I guess fool,
We're not-
the
we're not
fact-
there,
and the
dude.
fact that you guys are like with it or joking around about it, it's like no one's doing shit to fix it. Like, and you guys are just cracking jokes about it, so it's like it doesn't
What can we do?
matter.
What can
You know,
we do
like,
to fix it?
Email regrets coming.
I'm out, dude. I'll be back next month.
The lab boys are trying to build a community. I'm sorry. Do we disrespect the community?
No, I'm just saying, fool. Like, doesn't that make sense?
No,
Obviously not.
Do you remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he was like, "Man, why is voting such a secret?"
Yeah.
He was like, "You could be like talking about your fucking girl, right, and sexual shit about your girl, and someone's like, hey, who did you vote for?' And,
like
he's
they
like,
do
whoa, that's private. That's
like
private. Hold on, man. I can't get it off.
feel like
man.
they do that.
You don't just stop a skit. What the fuck? I'm trying to fucking skit, bro.
I know where it's going, and I don't like it.
They don't, man.
Nah,
I was proving
I
your
feel like-
point, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. It wasn't really though. It really wasn't.
Get about here, dude.
It really wasn't proving shit.
Oh my god, dude.
So guys,
my God.
it looks like it's just me and Owen now. We really out here though, sipping on Modelo.
Oh man, as you guys can tell, E-Man is ready to fire it off, dude. He's shooting.
we miss E-Man.
He's shooting from the hip, man.
Nah, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it wasn't a secret, then
Not even locked up.
I don't know. I feel like it being a secret gives the higher ups more power. I feel like if it wasn't a secret, then we would know where the power was, and I feel like we'd have more.
I think
the
there's
people
probably
would
other
have
ways.
more power.
I think they should open up text messaging for voting.
Oh wait,
if you can
actually,
vote by
there's
text.
already an app.
Yeah,
There's an
X Factor
app.
did that.
No,
For
there's
the singles.
That reminds me though. There's an app where you could look up who someone voted for.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty
Let's not
dangerous.
talk about this.
Krishan, we only got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna serve it up to you because
I
it
got one.
sounds like.
All right, so
You serving up?
me
shit.
and my girlfriend were talking about this the other day. It's a fun topic.
Every time
Get
you
away!
say it,
No,
it's
hold on.
never
Get
that
away
fun,
from
dude.
this fucking voting, getting your
Yeah,
ass
all right,
beat
no more
in the
politics.
playground.
We're
dog.
done with politics.
It's a lab boy.
Acting like we're fucking political, dude.
And that's how you
We're
body.
not political.
That's how you body the politics section.
Acting like we're most deaf out here in these streets.
I mean, I thought we did decent. I thought we did all right.
So we were talking about me and my girlfriend. We're talking about industry relationships, right? And she was saying like, dude, so if you were trying to be in the industry, right, and you have this relationship the whole time, and then you make it, right? So many people just dump the relationship, the girl or boy that's been there for them the whole time.
That's pretty fucked up.
And then they go for another person in the industry, right? And she was saying how that, it's messed up. But at the same time, I was thinking like, dude, and I'm not agreeing with it, but I just want to play devil's advocate. Like, dude, sometimes they just don't understand the industry lifestyle, right? So do you think it's more conducive to you to have somebody, if you're in the industry, you just made it to the industry, to be with another person in the industry, or be with the person that has been there for you the whole time?
I think if you're looking strictly from like a business point of view, it'll probably propel your career and be more conducive to your career if you're with someone in the industry. That's just, you're in the same place, you might have the same
Maybe more
connections.
like public publicity. For, like,
It could be, but at the same time, going back to your point, I think it's all about growth. Did that person, as you achieved bigger platforms in the industry, did that person you were with grow with you? That's like the biggest piece.
That's a good
That's
point.
are they like propelling you forward, right?
Right, or are they going through that same journey with you and just being there with you, or are they kind of staying behind, stuck in one mindset, right? And that can be the difference maker, because it's like, yeah, this is a part of an industry you may not be a part of, but are you are you with me? Are you watching it grow with me?
Yeah, I feel like that person that you're with, you can fucking get them into the industry, and then they might be a fucking.
But what if that's not their thing, though? Hold on, you're not.
Oh, okay,
taking
so
it to a
you're
whole
saying if
different
it's
thing.
not their thing completely.
It's not their thing.
So they're holding you back.
No, okay, cool. E-Man.
Where are we at?
Let's
Where
say,
we at? Where we
okay,
at?
hold on, dog. Let's say they're in finance and they don't want to be in the industry. You're gonna be like, you holding me back.
my God.
You holding me back. No,
I'm just saying.
they don't. Not
You
everyone
spend
wants to
the
be in
last
the
5
industry.
I'm saying you get up there.
You get up where?
Well, let me tell you, you get up in the industry, right? And
Yeah.
yo, and are you saying like I don't get what you're like? Are they?
No,
holding
you get
back?
it. You just don't know how to
because
articulate.
it depends. If they're holding you back, then of course.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, dude, is it more conducive to you?
Okay, my bad. What's conducive?
Is it better for you?
Yeah, healthy for you. Is it better? Is it better for you to
Second
have
language.
somebody in the industry because they understand your lifestyle more, right? Industry shit like. Or is it better to stay with the person that has been with you the whole time? What is better for you, do you think? And obviously we all don't know because we're not fucking...
I think it depends, bro. If that person that you're with, if you can get them on and they
Why do you need to get them on? Why do they need to get on
because they're
too?
with you and
No, but why do they need to be in the industry?
well, then it's obvious. This is going to be more conducive to get someone that's in the industry. If that's what you wanna
Hey,
hear, like,
oh, snap,
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you're with somebody that doesn't want to be in the industry, right?
well, it depends how much you want to be with that person. Because if you're willing to sacrifice being in the industry to be with that person, then be with that person. But if they're gonna,
I'm saying, is
drag
it
it down,
detrimental? Would it be detrimental? More detrimental
That
than...
all depends on how your feelings towards that person. I feel like.
I know that. Everything depends on something, man. I just want to know
I
the
just
answer.
don't understand your question. I just don't get
Hey,
it.
it all depends. Sean, what do you think, man?
Dude, honestly, man, I think it's more conducive to stay with the person that has been with you because they keep you grounded.
They can, I think.
No, yeah, but I think that's how I would look at a situation, especially if I'm looking at my
What
own
if they're
relationship.
dragging you down?
Huh?
And keeping you grounded.
How?
Damn.
You ain't like.
You really talking about
You're
grounded?
not
then.
risking it. You're not, doing that.
I think there's ups
Because
and
that
downs of
person
both.
is like, no,
honestly,
But do you really think a relationship holds you back?
I feel like it can.
if that's your relationship, then
Damn.
back up, man. Fuck out. Like, you shouldn't be in a
I
relationship.
don't think a relationship can hold you back.
I don't think it should hold you back.
No, I'm saying
it can't.
it-
I think it's
I
it's an
can.
excuse. I mean, I think it's an excuse.
What do you mean? Elaborate, dog.
I mean, when people say I would take this shot or I would do this if I wasn't in a relationship, I think that's an excuse.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
no.
No, hold on.
You only got 3 minutes left, but
No,
sure,
hey,
buddy.
have you ever made a decision, and right now in hindsight is 2020, and in retrospect, do you think that decision, you made that decision based on your relationship?
Yeah.
And now looking back,
definitely.
did that decision, you're like, man, that was a fucked up decision, and I made that decision because of my relationship.
Looking back, I would have made a different choice. Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk about any of them?
I'll talk about one.
Okay.
It was with the ex, but this was years and years ago when I had flown out to Vegas to work with Molly Mall, Pooh Bear, and the Audibles. I came back.
That's dope, man.
I came back after that, and I kind of was pissing my time away, and I got back together with my ex, and kind of like just celebrating and being like, "Oh man, I'm killing it right now," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
Ego
then
check.
at the time, I had lost my job, and I reached out to my cousin, who was the one who set me up with the people in Las Vegas, and she was saying, "Yeah, if you move out here, like they'll work with you." Right, like I talked to them. They're like, "Yeah."
That's
and
crazy. Dan, do you ever think about that? No?
I didn't do that, unfortunately. Look at right, dude. You brought this up. This was your question.
Sorry.
But yeah, I didn't do that, unfortunately. But looking back on it, I probably wouldn't have had my daughter if that didn't happen. So it's different because I could have maybe been further musically, but would I be making the same music? Maybe not. I might not be the same person.
But is that like? Well, I mean, like, you can't ask that.
It's crazy. I know. I was trying to think about a way to ask it too, but I was like, nah, let's not do that.
Would I do things differently? Probably. But if it meant not having a daughter, probably not.
Yeah, that's fire.
I'll give him two.
Thanks, man. And that's the motherfucking Last Voice podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. This is season 3.
quick,
E-Man,
dog.
thank you so much for sliding out. We hope to see you sometime in the near future. Also, you guys, May 15th at the motherfucking Crate Place album release party. 16 Summers. It's dropping. It's going down. Please show up. Buy a CD. Buy some merch. Push this thing to the motherfucking top. Krishan, what can these people do,
Yo,
man?
I know y'all still watching because we're lit. Look down and you see that red subscription button. Hit that red subscribe button. Right next to it is that post notification bell. Hit that post notification bell. That way you get reminded every time we release a video.
Hey.
Bad Boys episode 55. We out. Hey, E-Man.
E-Man. Ladies, man,
Back
for
season
real.
4, y'all.
Ah, that's cool, man.
You didn't press the button.
Ah!